Every year, the average senior in the United States takes over 2 million steps. That's nearly the distance from Boston to Chicago on foot. And yet, millions are still struggling to walk with confidence. The problem isn't effort. It's neglect. Not by you, but by what most health advice leaves out. Because walking more doesn't fix how your body walks. It just repeats the same weakened patterns over and over. Have you noticed it? Your feet shuffle more than they step. You lean slightly forward without realizing it. Maybe your knees don't bend the way they used to, or your stride feels shorter even though your legs haven't changed size. Then there's the sudden need to touch walls, furniture, or railings. Those tiny moments where your brain whispers, just in case. That isn't just age catching up. It's muscle memory breaking down, subtle walking muscles quietly shutting off from lack of targeted use. And unless you retrain those exact systems, more walking won't solve the problem. It might even make it worse. But here's the good news. You don't need a gym, a treadmill, or more miles. These 6 overlooked movements are specifically designed to reactivate your walking reflexes, so your body remembers how to move like it used to. If you're ready to walk smoother, taller, and safer, tap like and hit subscribe. Let's rebuild your walk, one smart step at a time. Exercise 1. Ribbon pulls behind back. What if we told you that walking like you're 10 years younger starts with your shoulders, not your feet? Strange, but true. As we age, one of the most overlooked causes of poor walking is the way our shoulders and spine begin to collapse forward. You've probably seen it in others, or maybe in yourself. That forward lean, rounded shoulders, and a head that starts drifting in front of the body. It doesn't just look older. It changes how you walk, breathe, and balance. This simple movement, called ribbon pulls behind the back, is one of the most effective ways to begin reversing that quiet collapse. It reactivates the upper back and postural muscles responsible for holding you tall, and frees up your spine to move with ease. Here's how to do it. Find a towel, scarf, or resistance band. Something light and long enough to stretch across your back. Stand tall, feet shoulder-width apart. Hold one end in each hand behind your back. Not high up, just near your tailbone. Your arms should be straight and relaxed. Now gently pull the ends outward, as if you're trying to stretch the towel side to side. Once you feel slight tension, lift just a little, raising your hands 2 to 3 inches while keeping your arms straight. Don't force it. Keep your chest open and spine upright. Hold for 5 slow seconds, then release gently. Do this 10 times, breathing naturally. Why it works? This exercise does 2 powerful things. First, it wakes up the often forgotten rhomboids and posterior deltoids, muscles in your upper back that help pull your shoulders back and support your posture. Second, it subtly reminds your body what tall, open walking feels like again. Many seniors start walking with their eyes to the ground and their chest collapsed inward. That position shortens your steps, weakens your breathing, and throws off your balance. But after just a few rounds of ribbon pulls, many people feel a noticeable change. They stand taller without effort. Their arms swing more freely, and their steps feel more open, like the body is working as one piece again. Try this before you walk next time. You might feel your chest rise, your arms loosen, and your walk instantly feel more confident. Feel your shoulders relax and your chest expand. That's the first step toward walking taller again. Exercise 2. Barefoot toe scrunch walk. Most seniors focus on walking more, but rarely stop to ask if their feet are doing the job correctly. The truth is, walking begins at the bottom, literally. And if your toes and arches have gone weak or numb, every step you take becomes harder, less stable, and more tiring. That's where this surprising but powerful drill comes in, the barefoot toe scrunch walk. It may look simple, but it's one of the most important moves you'll ever learn to retrain your body to walk like it did 10 or even 15 years ago. Here's why it matters. Over time, your feet lose sensitivity, mobility, and strength, especially in the arches and toe flexors. These tiny muscles help you grip the floor, lift your foot at the right time, and push off with confidence. But once they go offline, seniors begin to shuffle, drag their toes, or lose their footing on uneven surfaces. And the worst part? Most don't even realize it's happening until they stumble. The barefoot toe scrunch walk brings those dormant muscles back to life. It reminds your brain to reconnect with your feet, which improves both strength and balance. How to do it? Take off your shoes and socks. Choose a soft surface like carpet, a yoga mat, or even a folded towel on the floor. Stand upright with your feet hip-width apart. Now, take a slow step forward. As your foot lifts, lightly scrunch your toes inward, just enough that you feel your arch activating, like you're gently trying to grip the floor. Place your foot down and repeat on the other side. Keep your steps small, smooth, and intentional. Do 10 to 12 slow steps, then rest. Do one more round. If you need to hold on to a chair or a countertop for balance, do so, but try not to lean. As you're doing this, pay attention. Are your toes able to move independently? Does your arch feel engaged? Can you control the motion, or does it feel unfamiliar? That awareness alone is retraining your body. Many seniors are surprised by how challenging this is at first, but also by how alive their feet feel afterward. Some even notice less foot cramping or more connection between their legs and balance in the days after trying it. Here's what makes this movement unique. It isn't just a foot exercise. It reactivates neural control, helping your brain rebuild the lost map of your lower body. That's the key to preventing trips, toe drags, and the dreaded shuffle walk. So try this and walk barefoot across the room again afterward. Do your feet feel more awake? More responsive? Leave a comment and let us know. You might be surprised by how quickly something so small can change the way you move. Next up, we'll target a specific balance reflex that keeps your hips aligned and your steps precise, so you can move through crowded rooms or sidewalks without wobbling. Exercise 3. Standing side taps with finger reach. If you've ever felt unsteady while stepping sideways, maybe while getting into a car, moving through a crowded hallway, or walking around furniture, this exercise is for you. Why? Because while forward walking gets all the attention, most falls and missteps don't happen straight ahead. They happen when you shift sideways or make a sudden turn. And after 60, many seniors stop training the side-to-side muscles that keep them stable and responsive. Enter the standing side taps with finger reach, a surprisingly effective move that strengthens your lateral support system and reawakens your body's ability to move with precision. Let's talk about what's really going on here. Your hip abductors, core rotators, and mid-spine stabilizers are responsible for controlling sideways movement. As we age, these muscles weaken quietly because most of us only move forward. Then when we start noticing clumsy side steps, bumping into corners, or needing a wall to steady ourselves during turns. This movement fixes that without needing any equipment or floor work. Here's how to do it. Stand tall beside a chair or counter for light support. Keep your feet hip-width apart, shoulders relaxed. Now, tap your right foot out to the side, keeping your toes pointing forward. At the same time, reach your left hand across your body, aiming toward your tapping foot. You don't have to touch, just reach across in a diagonal motion. Then return to center slowly and switch sides. Tap your left foot out while reaching your right hand toward it. Do 8 taps per side, moving with control, not speed. Focus on smooth motion, upright posture, and steady breathing. What makes this movement so powerful is the cross-body coordination it builds. Your foot is reaching one way, your hand the other, forcing your core and hips to stabilize and control the shift. That's exactly what your body needs when navigating tight spaces, stepping around obstacles, or adjusting mid-walk. Most seniors are surprised at how tricky this feels at first. You might wobble a bit. You might feel one side is tighter than the other. That's not failure, it's feedback. It means you're waking up muscles that have been asleep for years. This is also an excellent exercise for brain-body connection. Your balance system relies on clear communication between your vision, inner ear, joints, and muscles. This drill helps rebuild that communication line through gentle, focused movement. If you felt even slightly unsteady, congratulations. That means the exercise is working. Practice it regularly and you'll notice sharper turns, more confident side steps, and less hesitation when moving in tight or crowded places. So, did your hips or balance feel challenged? Share what you noticed in the comments. Next, we're going to work on a part of your body that supports every single step but rarely gets trained: your ankles. You won't believe what a simple spiral motion can do. Exercise 4. Seated spiral ankle circles. Strong ankles don't just help you walk. They help you recover when you trip, pivot, or step onto uneven ground. And yet, they're one of the most neglected parts of the body in nearly every senior routine. That's a dangerous oversight, especially after 60, when ankle mobility naturally declines and walking becomes more rigid. The seated spiral ankle circles are deceptively simple but incredibly powerful. They don't just loosen up tight joints. They help restore circular control, which is key for smoother walking, safer turns, and faster reaction time when something unexpected happens underfoot. Let's look at why this matters. Each time you take a step, your ankle goes through a subtle dance. It bends, rolls, adjusts, and stabilizes your entire weight, all while communicating with your brain to keep you upright. But when those ankle movements become stiff or incomplete, something that happens quietly with age, that communication weakens. The result? Slower recovery from missteps, shorter strides, and a higher risk of falls. This gentle drill reawakens your ankle's full range of motion and retrains it to move in the circular, fluid patterns walking actually requires. Here's how to do it. Sit tall in a firm chair, feet flat on the floor. Lift your right foot slightly off the ground, just enough that your heel clears the floor and your leg is relaxed. Now, slowly draw a big, controlled circle in the air with your toes, as if you're stirring a thick pot of soup. Make the circle as wide as you comfortably can, keeping the motion smooth and steady. After 8 full circles, pause, and now reverse the direction. Go the opposite way for another 8 circles. Place that foot down, then switch to your left foot and repeat the process. What should you notice? Most people feel one direction is tighter, jerkier, or harder to control. That's not random. It reveals a hidden imbalance. And that imbalance may be the reason one of your steps feels more stable than the other, or why your foot doesn't always land where you want it to. Even more important, this movement gently re-engages the proprioceptors in your ankle, the sensors that tell your brain where your foot is in space. When those sensors degrade, which happens with age or inactivity, balance suffers and walking becomes more cautious or clunky. The beauty of this movement is how it fits into your day. You could do it while watching TV, waiting for your tea, or cooling down after a walk. It doesn't look like much, but your nervous system will notice the difference quickly. Try it now and ask yourself, which direction felt harder to control? Did your foot cramp or tremble during the circles? That feedback is gold. It tells you exactly where your weakness is hiding and what to work on to improve it. Next, we'll move up the chain to an area that holds your entire body together while you walk, your hips. You'll learn a targeted drill that unlocks hidden stabilizers you haven't used in years. Exercise 5. Standing hip hooks. If your legs are the engine of your walk, your hips are the steering wheel. They control where your weight goes, how steady you feel, and whether you walk in a straight line or wobble from side to side. The problem? As we age, the deep hip muscles responsible for balance and walking alignment quietly weaken. You might not notice it until you suddenly find yourself sidestepping awkwardly, feeling unstable during turns, or losing balance while getting dressed. That's why standing hip hooks are one of the most underrated movements for older adults who want to walk with more confidence, control, and fluidity. Let's break it down. There's a set of small but mighty muscles deep inside your hip joint, called the gluteus medius and hip rotators, that act like stabilizing ropes. They keep your pelvis level when you shift weight, step over obstacles, or make lateral movements. But here's the catch. Walking forward doesn't train them. In fact, sitting for long hours like most Americans do actually causes them to shut off. That's where this targeted movement comes in. Here's how to do it. Stand tall next to a kitchen counter or the back of a chair. Place one hand lightly on it for support and plant your left foot firmly on the floor. Now shift your weight fully onto that left foot. Lift your right knee slightly in front of you, then gently guide it across your body like you're trying to hook it inward. Then smoothly open the knee out to the side like a gate swinging open. Keep your torso still and upright throughout. Don't twist your waist or lean. Bring the leg back to center. Repeat this hooking motion 8 times, then switch sides. It's not about speed, it's about control. You'll likely feel one side is harder to stabilize, and that's exactly the point. These muscles don't respond to big, flashy movements. They respond to deliberate activation. Many seniors who try this for the first time are surprised by how much effort it takes to stay balanced. Some notice a slight wobble. Others feel their standing leg working even harder than the one that's moving. That's good. It means your stabilizers are waking up and doing their job again. You may also feel your core quietly kick in to help. That's because hip and core stability are linked. When one turns on, the other naturally follows. Here's the best part. The benefits go beyond balance. Strong, active hips also help you walk with longer strides, lift your feet more cleanly, and reduce knee strain during steps. Many people even notice improved posture from regular practice. So, did you feel your hips trying to wobble or stay centered? That's the question that tells you how strong your support system really is. Up next, we'll finish with a movement that brings it all together: breath, posture, and pelvic control. It's a subtle reset, but one that can completely change how you carry your weight with every step. Exercise 6, Breath and Pelvis Reset Drill. When most people think about walking better, they focus on the legs. But ask any physical therapist what controls your movement from the inside out, and they'll tell you it's your core and breath. In fact, the rhythm of your breath is directly tied to the rhythm of your walk. And after 60, that natural coordination between your spine, pelvis, and lungs can start to fall out of sync. The result? You feel stiff, off balance, or like your body moves in disconnected parts. That's where the breath and pelvis reset drill comes in, a deceptively gentle reset that helps restore the harmony between your breath, your posture, and your walking rhythm. This isn't just deep breathing. It's a neuromuscular reboot designed to reconnect your diaphragm with your pelvic floor and core muscles. The system that stabilizes you from the inside out every time you take a step. Here's how to do it. Find a quiet spot where you can sit upright in a chair or stand with good posture. Place one hand on your lower belly and the other on your lower back. This helps you feel your breathing movement from front to back. Now, take a slow, gentle breath in through your nose. Try to feel your belly expand forward and your lower back softly press into your backhand. That's how you know you're using your diaphragm. Then exhale slowly through your mouth, as if you're blowing through a straw. As you do, gently tuck your pelvis under, not by squeezing your abs hard, but by lightly curling your tailbone forward. Repeat this 5 full cycles, moving slowly, keeping your shoulders relaxed, and focusing on the connection between breath and pelvis. Why it works? As we age, it's common to develop poor breathing habits, shallow chest breathing, holding our breath when we move, or unconsciously tensing our core. Over time, that tension leads to a locked-up spine, a rigid pelvis, and walking that feels jerky instead of fluid. This drill helps your body release unnecessary tension and relearn how to coordinate breath with movement, just like you did as a child. It also activates deep, stabilizing muscles that are almost impossible to train with traditional exercises. When you do this correctly, many people report feeling an immediate shift. Less tightness in the lower back, a sense of being centered, more freedom in their hips, and yes, a smoother, more natural walk. It might feel subtle at first, but combine this drill with the previous movements, and your body will start to move in one connected, coordinated flow, rather than as a collection of disconnected parts. So now try it. Do the 5 breath cycles. Then take a walk across the room. Notice how your body feels. Was your back lighter? Your hips freer? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what you noticed. You've just experienced 6 movements that most people have never heard of, and that's exactly why they matter. These weren't typical senior exercises. There were no lunges, no endless walks, no complex steps. Just simple, focused drills designed to wake up the forgotten parts of your body that make walking feel natural, powerful, and safe again. Because here's the truth. If your walk has started to feel off, it's probably not due to your age or even your fitness level. It's from losing access to the muscles, reflexes, and internal rhythms that once worked without you even thinking about them. That's what aging really does. It doesn't just take away strength. It disconnects you from how your body once moved without hesitation. But the good news? That connection isn't lost. It's just dusty. And now you've got the tools to restore it. You might already be feeling a difference, from your hips holding you steadier, to your ankles moving more freely, to your breath syncing up with your stride. These changes might seem small now, but done daily, they build something bigger. Confidence. Confidence to walk farther. To walk without fear. So now it's your turn. Which one of these exercises felt the most surprising? Which one challenged you in a way that made you think, wow, I haven't moved like this in years? Drop your answer in the comments. We read every one. And if this video helped you feel more connected to your body again, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend, a neighbor, or a family member who's struggling with their balance or afraid to fall. And finally, subscribe to Better Aging Advice for more practical, powerful tips that make aging smarter, not harder. Because your best steps might still be ahead of you. Let's take them together.